You've been listening to Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Doors, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE. Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, Hunsley Auto Body, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Cone Egg, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric. Join us all season for more Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.
And a good afternoon, as we get set for Pierre Governor Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. John Wickler with you. We are getting started with our games, not getting done with our games. I apologize for the mistake getting us rolling with the outro. I'll have to look at that and get the true intro maybe for tomorrow, if not for next Thursday's game. But we are ready to go for the 2026 season as the Governors are getting their final warm-ups done here on the infield, outfield, and then we'll get rolling here shortly for the Governors and the Yankton Bucks in our first game of the season. These two teams have not met early in the season really at all until this season. The last time they played in the regular season was a couple of years ago, the last weekend of the season, where the Governors ended up getting a sweep of Yankton and then turned around and played them the very next weekend in the playoffs, where Yankton ended up coming back from down 1-0 and ended up winning the best 2 of 3 to reach the state tournament. But now here in this year, but after last year, the Governors, post-8s and at Yankton ended up playing in the state tournaments, did not meet during the regular season, but played in the state tournament. These two teams will kick off the season against each other. Yankton was supposed to play Beersford on Monday, but did not play. And now it is going to be the Governors and the Yankton Bucks getting set for their first game of the season as they will have the lineups exchange. We're getting close to first pitch between Pierre and Yankton. Let's look at the lineups here real quick before we get rolling for this first game. As you can see it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We'll start with the Yankton Bucks on the right-hand side of your screen. It is Beck Reichen, the shortstop, who will lead things off. Samuel Goki, the third baseman, batting second. Easton Fieser, the first baseman, will bat third. Kevin Johnson, the catcher, batting fourth. Tate Bestie is the center fielder, batting fifth. Carter Boonsma, the left fielder, batting sixth. Christian Weir will bat seventh. He's a DH. Brennan Gilmore, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Brett Taggart, the right fielder, will bat ninth. Boston Frick is the starting pitcher for Yankton in Game 1. For the Pierre Governors is Carter Scheffelbein, who will lead things off. He's the shortstop. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, batting second. Sun and Shine will bat third. He's the catcher. Hudson Schaefer is a DH in Game 1, batting in the cleanup spot. Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, batting fifth. Parker O'Brien, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Jaron Deal, the left fielder, batting seventh. Aiden Johnson, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Bridger Babcock will be the first baseman, batting ninth for the Governors. And it will be Will Danberg on the mound for the Govs in Game 1 of the 2026 season. As we get set and getting close to first pitch, let's take our first break. We'll come back in 3 minutes and get you ready for the Governors and Yankton Bucks here from Riverside Field in Yankton. Back in 3 minutes here on at KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks as they are announcing the starting lineups. These two teams, again, for Yankton, very successful spring season last year and a summer season as well, getting to the state tournament in both. And then also for the Governors, they were just a couple of outs away from, or a couple of games away from getting the state tournament. Post State got to the state tournament, went 0-2, and this team, again, still somewhat of a young team. There's still some seniors on this squad, and we'll talk about those as we get farther along in this doubleheader. But as Yankton is taking the field, the Governors will be wearing their green jerseys, the Yankton Bucks wearing their white jerseys and white pants. We'll take one more break. We will come back with first pitch between Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. Back with first pitch in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal. Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Graduation is just around the corner. Give them the tools to succeed with professional-grade technology from Comtech. We carry a huge selection of Lenovo laptops and JBL headphones, perfect for the dorm room in the new office. Get the best local price guaranteed and take advantage on 0% interest on selected gear to make your spring budget go further. Locally owned and located right on the truck bypass. Comtech. We sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. John Winkler with you on this Saturday afternoon, going into Saturday evening, as the Governors are looking for their first wins of the season. Both teams looking for their first wins. It is Game 1 of the 2026 season, which is scheduled to be at 1 o'clock this afternoon with the winds, and the temperatures maybe weren't quite where they wanted to be, but the winds were pretty howling, and they're still howling now, but will continue to die down as the day goes along, or the night goes along, as Carter Shufflebind will step to the plate, and we are ready to go here for first pitch of the 2026 season. Boston Frick is on the mound, and it will be Carter Shufflebind waiting on that first pitch, and it will be taken for strike one, and we are underway here at 4:57. Boston Frick, who threw 31 2/3 innings during the high school season last year. He's ahead of the count 0-2 on Shufflebind, as the first two are right over the plates. And Carter Shufflebind will have to dig in after Shufflebind last season will swing and miss, and that'll be strike three. And the first out here in this game, it's a strikeout from Boston Frick of Carter Shufflebind. 3 pitches and 1 strikeout. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, will step to the plate. First pitch from Frick to Stosher. That one just missing outside for ball one. Again, Boston Frick, last season, he had started 7 games of the 8 that he pitched, 4-2 record. 21 hits, 16 runs, 10 of them earned. There's a swing and a miss, and the strike. The count is now 1-1. Here to Hudson Stosher, the number 2 man for the Governors. 13 walks, 30 strikeouts, an ERA at 2.21, whip at 1.07, and a batting average. Let's see, you don't have a batting average against, as it counts now 2-1. But a really good spring season for Boston Frick last year for Yankton. Hudson Stosher to the plate, 222 batting average last spring for the Governors. 3 runs driven in, and this will be chopped off the plate. It'll be a tough play for the catcher to make. The throw to first is going to be wide, and he will be on at first. Will be Stosher. And the first man aboard for the Governors. And Sun and Shine will come to the plate. They will give Stosher a hit, and that was a tough play for the catcher in Gavin Johnson. And so it is a runner on at first. 1 away here in the top of the first inning, and the first hit goes about 4 feet in the air. This one will get away from the first baseman, and Stosher will around at second. He's on his way to third. It'll be an error that will be charged to the pitcher on the throw, as it went wide of Easton Fieser over at first, and over to third goes Hudson Stosher, and it's a runner on it, now 90 feet away for the Governors to try and take a 1-0 lead here at the top of the first inning. So an early error against Yankton puts the Govs 90 feet away from taking the first lead here in the top of the first inning. Having a conversation with the pitcher and the catcher right now with the base umpire. I'm not sure what the conversation was. But digging back in, sun and shine. 250 batting average last spring. He'd end up with a home run. As he'll check swing that first pitch, a ground ball to the third baseman as Goki will field and will fire to first, and there's now 2 down, and unable to score was Hudson Stosher, so it's now 2 down, and it brings up Hudson Schaefer. Look at the Yankton Buck defense real quick. Out and left, it's Carter Boomsma, Tate Bestie in center, as well as also Brett Tigert in right field. And Goki made that first play out over at third, the second out. Beck Reichen at short, as the first pitch is on the inside edge for strike 1 to Hudson Schaefer, the DH. Gilmore's at second, Fieser at first. It is Johnson behind the plate as the swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch from Boston Frick now makes it 0-2 to Hudson Schaefer. Schaefer had just 2 plate appearances last spring, dealing with an injury that kept him out for most of that spring season. Got on base both times, but it is a 1-2 count with 1 out. 2 outs here in the end. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout, and Boston Frick will get 2 strikeouts, and that will retire the side here in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between Yankton and Pierre. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
We welcome you back. It is the bottom of the first, and there is no score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, as it will be obviously the top of the order for the Yankton Bucks. We'll get you that batting order again, as it is going to be Beck Reichen to lead things off. He's the shortstop. Samuel Goki batting second, the third baseman. Easton Fieser, the first baseman, batting third. Gavin Johnson, the catcher, will bat fourth. Tate Bessie, the center fielder, out batting fifth. Carter Boomsma, the left fielder, batting sixth. Christian Weir, the DH, batting seventh. Brennan Gilmore bats eighth. He's the second baseman, and Brett Taggart, the right fielder, is batting ninth for the Yankton Bucks here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. And they go against Will Danberg, who threw 41 in the third innings last spring. He started 6 games. He threw in 9 total. 5-2 record, 38 hits, 21 runs, 7 of them earned, 8 walks, 31 strikeouts. So he had the ERA at 1.185, a whip at 1.113, batting average against at 235. So he was very, very good throughout the entire spring season. He was very good during the summer as well, but he had really good spring numbers for Will Danberg as he continues to finish his warm-up tosses. And the Govs, again, it's early on in this first game of the season, and you want to cash in all your opportunities whenever you get them, but having a runner on third with less than 2 outs, and then also in the same fact that the air got you over there and unable to score, turns into, you hope doesn't come back to bite you, although there's still plenty of baseball left to go as Beck Reichen will step to the plate. 386 batting average last season. 2 doubles, 11 runs driven in, as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Here to the Yankton Bucks shortstop. Both shortstops leading off for both these teams. As Reichen waits on the 1-0 from Danberg. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 2-0. And you look back to last spring, and Danberg had just 8 walks. He did hit 8 different guys, so 16 free passes in a total of 41 innings. That doesn't happen very often to give free passes away. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Staying down on it and fielding as the second baseman. And Hudson Stosher will fire to first, and the leadoff man is retired. Here to kick off the bottom of the first inning. And there is 1 down. And it brings up Sam Goki, the third baseman. And seeing different guys in different spots here for this Governor baseball team. Here's the first pitch to Sam Goki. That'll be behind him, and he dropped the bat to make sure it wouldn't foul away off of it, and the count's 1-0. Then you think about, we saw Hudson Stosher last year out at second base. Bridger Babcock, the first baseman, we saw him play first quite a bit during the spring and in the summer. That will hit Sam Goki, and there is the first base runner of the ball game for the Yankton Bucks. And it brings up Easton Fieser. Fieser hit .344 last spring with 3 doubles, a triple, hit 3 home runs, 26 runs driven in during the spring. That all comes with 32 hits and 93 at-bats. A number 3 guy that's the wind's not in his favor for a guy that hit 3 home runs during the spring. It's going to be tough to try and launch one out to right field. He can go the opposite field with it, maybe get an extra slice to the ball, but this wind howling from right to left and will continue to lessen as the night goes along. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Danberg has fallen behind the first 3 hitters, which again is uncharacteristic to what we saw last spring and summer for the now junior Danberg. Man leads away from first, and Sam Goki here at the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game with 1 out. From the stretch, here's the 1-0. That one is right down the middle for a strike, and evens the count at 1-1. 324 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line here at Riverside Field. 351 out in right center and left center, and 355 in dead center. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will catch the top of the zone, the outside edge, and the count's now 1-2. A chance for Danberg to get his first strikeout. This is the first time that Pierre is playing down here in Yankton since at least the spring and summer of 2019. This will be popped up into left field. Coming in is the left fielder, and Jaron Deal. He'll continue to come in to make the catch. And again, that ball probably is a can of corn with no wind, but Deal had to run a long way to come in to make the catch. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And Fieser's retired to bring up now Gavin Johnson, the catcher. And a real quick look at the Governor defense with Deal out in left, Hunsley in center, Aiden Johnson's out in right, O'Brien at third, Shufflebein at short, Stosher at second, Bridger Babcock at first, Sonnenschein behind the plates, Danberg holding on the runner at first, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Gavin Johnson for strike 1. Gavin Johnson hit .326 last spring, 9 doubles, a home run, 26 runs driven in. A lot of guys with 20-plus RBIs last spring for this Yankton Bucks team. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. They go 23-6, so around 30 games played overall for the Yankton Bucks last spring. You start looking at guys that have a whole bunch of RBIs, and sometimes, the numbers are much bigger than the summer than the springtime. As that one comes inside, the count's now 2-1. But this Yankton team scored a lot of runs and had a lot of guys drive runs in. Sam Goki had the team lead 28 runs driven in last year. 26 for Fieser and Owen with Sean, who graduated, had 20, 26 for Gavin Johnson. So you had 4 guys to get 20-plus runs driven in. Almost had a guy with 30 in Goki. As that one comes inside, the count's now 3-1, and Goki is on at first. Obviously, well, it might not be a bad time to take off with a pitch. As you can hear that wind howling its way into the press box as well. 3-1 pitch will miss low for ball 4, and it will be first and second now with 2 away. And a runner in scoring position as Tate Bestie will step to the plate. So a walk and a hit batter. Tate Bestie, for last season, at 228 at 13 runs driven in, scored 21 times. Did have a triple and 2 home runs. You know, up and down the line, they had 9 home runs in total. With this middle of the order, from Goki to Bestie, pretty much had all 9 of those home runs, or close to it. As Danberg gets set, the first pitch will be at the knees for strike 1. 0-1 count here to Bestie. First and second, 2 away here in the bottom of the first, and Yankton's trying to get on the board here early on. Governors failed to do so with the runner on third with less than 2 outs. That one will miss low and away, and the count's now 1-1. Also want to say thanks to our friends at KYN-TV, KYN-T, our sister station, but KYN-TV, that providing the video for us. Here's the 1-1. This will be popped up behind home plate. Will stay in play, and it will get just out of play. And Sun and Shine unable to get to it, and counts now 1-2. If the wind's blowing out, probably stays in play for Sun and Shine to make that catch, but the wind blowing straight in, a little help to Bestie to stay alive in this at-bat and not give a chance for Sun and Shine to make a play. Danberg looking for his first strikeout and put an end to this bottom of the first. 1-2. That one just misses low, and the count's now 2-2. Two on and 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch here at the bottom of the first. Leading away from second is Sam Goki. Gavin Johnson leads away from first. Here's the 2-2 to Bestie. Inside, and the count is now full, and everybody will get a head start. And a chance, if that ball gets to the gap, that could be a 2-0 score. Down the line or in the gap. Base hit certainly scores a run right now with that runner already going to be in motion on the 3-2 pitch. Danberg delivers. It's a ball 4 inside, and it's another walk. And the bases are now juiced here in the bottom of the first. And here is Carter Boomsma. 2 walks and a hit by pitch have now loaded the bases. And Boomsma, who had 143 and only had 7 at-bats, was 1 hit. He had an RBI, scored 16 runs, though, did Carter Boomsma. Back to the windup for Danberg. First pitch will catch the outside edge. Top of the zone for strike 1. The count is 0-1. Here to Carter Boomsma. The only 2 balls put into play, a ground out by Beck Reichen and a fly out by Easton Fieser. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now 0-2, and Danberg a strike away from getting out of this jam in the bottom of the first inning. Parker O'Brien at third is playing near the bag, holding down the line. Everybody else pretty much playing straight up. Here's the 0-2 from Danberg. Line shot right back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score. Hunsley will come away firing towards the plate. A play at the plate, but it goes off the glove of Sun and Shine. Everybody else will move up 90 feet. It's a 2-run single. And it is a 2-0 lead here for the Yankton Bucks. 2 RBI single for Boomsma. And Yankton strikes first. So both Goki and Johnson score. Bestie ends up at third. It's an RBI, 2 RBI single. And then error charge to Hunsley on the throw. Probably one that Sun and Shine feels like he should have had, but the error will be charged to Hunsley to allow everybody else to move up 90 feet. And so now it's still threatening spot here for the Yankton Bucks with that 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-0. That's a line shot back up the middle again. Another base hit. Another 2 runs will come in to score. Hunsley will throw it to second, and it's a 4-0 lead for Yankton here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 RBI single for Christian Weir. And walks will come back to haunt you. And a 4-0 advantage here in the bottom of the first for Yankton. And it brings up now Brendan Gilmore, the second baseman, 8th man to come to the plate. 4 runs on 2 hits right now for the Yankton Bucks. First pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. But back-to-back 2 RBI singles for Carter Boomsma and Christian Weir. This one will miss low and away, and a good block there from Sun and Shine. Christian Weir did not have an official at-bat last spring. So between the 2 guys of Boomsma and Weir, had 1 combined hit for 1 RBI last spring, and both these guys come up huge for the first 2 hits of the season for Yankton. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 2-1. Danberg facing trouble and has given up 4 runs. There'll be some activity out in the left field bullpen for the Governors, as this one will miss inside. The count's now 3-1. So the Governors, Riker Edson will be the one warming up here for Pierre. He makes his way out to the left field bullpen. 3-1 pitches, fly ball to right field, down the line in foul territory, sliding over and unable to get to it in time as it landed out of play anyway. It was Aiden Johnson, and the count's now full at 3-2. So now it becomes again the runner on first will get a head start. Brennan Gilmore trying to extend the inning to the 9th man to come to the plate, and Brett Taggart. Runner on at first, getting a lead is Christian Weir. The 3-2 instead of pickoff move, and they had him dancing over towards second. But Weir was able to get back in time. It was a little bit of a low throw to Bridger Babcock, who scooped it up and then had to get the tag across. Here's now the 3-2 again. This will be popped or grounded foul right off the plate. And the count remains at 3-2. Unfortunately, 2 for Danberg, regardless of getting out of this inning or not. Starts to turn into a game that he's not going to be able to get deep into a game. He's already thrown 30 pitches. This is pitch number 31. 3-2. Fly ball to right field. Aiden Johnson will come in on it. He'll make the catch, and that will put an end to the inning, but not before. It is a 4-run bottom of the first. 4 runs on just 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the second. 4-0 Yankton over Pierre. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the second and a 4-0 lead for the Yankton Bucks as they got 2 hits in that bottom of the first inning, along with a little bit of help of an error that were able to score those 4 runs on 2 different walks and hit batter. The first pitch is over for strike 1 to Porter Hunsley as the Governors now will try and regroup. Here's a line drive into center field. That will get down for a base hit, and Hunsley opens up this top of the second with a base hit. And it brings up Parker O'Brien. Just trying to get to Porter Hunsley's numbers at 240 last spring with a double and 4 runs driven in, but it will open up with a base hit. Parker O'Brien followed by Jaron Deal and then Aiden Johnson. As the Govs now will, again, have to battle back. Had just 1 hit in that first inning. Got a man to third base with 1 out, so unable to drive him in. As the first pitch is cued off the end of the bat, so it'll be off of a odd bounce, but Boston Frick will pick it up. The throw to first will retire Parker O'Brien. There's now 1 down. And it brings up Jaron Deal. Deal, the left fielder, as he comes in. Didn't get a whole lot of time in the spring. He went just 1 for 2 in his official at-bats, 3 plate appearances. Did score 4 times as a courtesy runner. The first pitch will miss low away for ball 1 by Boston Frick. So it is another runner in scoring position here with less than 2 outs now for the Governors. Second time in 2 innings. Hunsley leads away from second as the 1-0 pitch will miss low away for ball 2. Two strikeouts in the first inning for Boston Frick. Pickoff attempt and diving back in safely as Hunsley at second base. And he had man warming up in the bullpen and Riker Edson for the Governors. We'll see if he comes in the second inning or if Danberg gets a chance to start the second at least, as that one will be down the middle for strike 1. That counts 2-1 here to Jaron Deal. An excellent football season for Deal. Stepped into that role after being a receiver for most of the season. Here's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by Goki, the third baseman. Throw across the diamond is in time, and there's now 2 down. And Hunsley has to stay put at second. Make that 1 down. 2 down, excuse me.
Batting number 6, right fielder, Aiden Johnson.
And now here's Aiden Johnson. Aiden Johnson, the right fielder, he again did not hit for the Governors last year as he went 0 for 1, but he did run quite a bit. And they ended up scoring 10 times last season. Here's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by the shortstop, Beck Reichen. His throw to first will be in time, and that will retire the side here in the top of the second. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. After an inning and a half, there is a 4-0 lead for the Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
It is 9-1-2 here for the Yankton Bucks as we start the bottom of the second. John Wickler with you on this Saturday evening. Emma Thielen back in the studios. And again, we were scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, but those winds were pretty fierce through the first part of the afternoon, and the temperature has only risen since mid-morning to early afternoon to now being where they're at for a good game time temperature, and those winds continue to die down as we are sitting at 63 degrees right now, and those winds will continue to be dying off as the evening goes along and should stay in the 50s for the most part of this doubleheader. As stepping in is Brett Taggart, the first man, the number 9 man in the batting order, the first man to see Will Danberg here in the bottom of the second. The first pitch will miss for ball 1. Boston Frick with just 20 pitches through 2 innings. Will Danberg threw 32 in the first. And he has struggled to get ahead of hitters so far in this game, as the count's now 2-0. You go back to last spring and you look at last summer's stats as well, but that first pitch strike percentage at 63, basically 64%. This will hit Taggart. That is the 4th free pass that is given up by Danberg. The leadoff man is on to bring up now Beck Reichen. So back to the top of the order. Hit by pitch, 2 walks, last inning. Now hit by pitch here to start this bottom of the second. But again, for the Governors, and what Danberg was so good about last year and during the summer was getting ahead of guys in each at-bat. 64% during the spring, as this will be off the glove of Sun and Shine, and that's going to be a wild pitch that'll make it a runner on at second, and a 1-0 count. Governors 58% as a team last year with that first pitch strike percentage. And even at 52% during the summer last year. Beck Reichen grounded out to the second baseman Hudson Stosher in his first at-bat. He'll swing and miss at the 1-0 pitch. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. 2 guys now warming up in the bullpen. Righty and a lefty for the Governors. Let's see if we can see who they are. Would assume that one would still be Riker Edson warming up in the left field bullpen. Pickoff attempt, and that ball will get into center field as Danberg throws it away. And the runner will move up to third base. And another error that will be charged to the Governors. Second error of the ball game now by Pierre. And a runner is now at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. And after a wild pitch and an error, forces now the Govs to try and work all the way through. Not allowing that run to come in. That one will be upstairs for a ball, and the count's 2-1. And still trying to see who maybe is warming up out in the left field bullpen for the Governors. Hard to see the number, but could be maybe Jonathan Newhart that is warming up. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. I believe it is Jonathan Newhart that is the other man warming up in the bullpen for the Governors. 2-2 count here to Beck Reichen. Be perfect time for that first strikeout for Danberg. This will be popped foul out of play on the right side. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. Governors will be on the road tomorrow afternoon in T for a 12 o'clock first pitch. 2 straight days of doubleheaders before then being off until Thursday when they take on Harrisburg. This will be fouled up and out of play behind home plate. And the count remains at 2-2. We'll go to Harrisburg on Thursday. It's another 5 o'clock first pitch. They'll be off that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Easter weekend coming up next weekend. But then they'll play Monday afternoon in Mitchell, which will be believe the third straight year of having the Monday after Easter between Pierre and Mitchell. Here's a ground ball that will get the run home. Scheffelbein will field it short. His throw to first will be in time. And there is one down, but the run does come in to score. And it is now a 5-0 lead for the Yankton Bucks. The RBI ground out for Beck Reichen, his first RBI of the season. So one down, bases are now clear. Back to the windup for Will Danberg and Sam Goki, who was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate as he waits on the first pitch. And he'll swing at the first pitch and ground it through the hole on the left side and for a base hit. Third hit of the ball game for Yankton. Second time on base for Sam Goki, and it quickly brings up Easton Fieser. Fieser flew out to the left fielder, Jaron Deal, who had to come in quite a ways to make the catch on what would have been a relatively routine fly ball, pretty much right where Deal was standing, but that wind carried it in quite a bit. And if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, you can kind of see that camera shaking almost. It is shaking, but the wind is still tough here at Riverside Field as the first pitch will miss low for ball one. But a 5-0 advantage here in the bottom of the second for Yankton. Runner on at first and one away, already run home. And we'll see how long the leash goes for Will Danberg, as that'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2-0. 32 pitches in that first inning for Will Danberg. He's continuing to work his way up. It's now pitch number going to be 45 right here, and a ground ball to the right side for a base hit. And then it's going to be first and second now with one away. And Gavin Johnson to the plate, back-to-back singles, and those aren't necessarily seeing eye singles, but boy, those are right where there is no play for the shortstop and third baseman on the base hit by Sam Goki, and no shot for that first and second baseman for Easton Fieser's base hit. Perfectly placed right through the gap of the left and right side of the infield. And now it's Gavin Johnson. First pitch swinging, swing and miss for strike one. Now these Yankton Bucks guys are kind of sitting on more fastballs and trying to swing at earlier counts, knowing that Danberg he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. Already a 5-0 game, and starts to allow guys to kind of lock in a little bit more as the 0-1 pitch comes inside, and that will miss for ball one. Counts 1-1. Goki at second, Fieser at first. The 1-1 to Gavin Johnson. Danberg checks the runner at second. He'll deliver. Ground ball on the left side. Scheffelbein will field. Flips to second for one. The throw back to first is going to be wide of the bag, but Bridger Babcock was able to dive for it and to make the play. So it goes down as just a fielder's choice, and it's now first and third with two away. And we have a courtesy runner for Yankton. It's now first and third, two away, 6-4 on the fielder's choice. And Tate Bestie, who drew a walk and scored in that first inning, got a chance to tack on to this 5-0 lead for the Bucks. Danberg will come set from the stretch. First pitch will miss low for ball one. That was pitch number 50 for Danberg. So he's already, if you would go with 105, which I don't think he would, but he's basically halfway there with just 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Runner takes off for second. The throw down. It'll be cut back off. The throw back to the plate. The tag. They got him out at home. A great scoop by the second baseman, Hudson Stosher, who threw it right back to the plate. Sunshine almost wasn't ready for it, but a fantastic play to get the runner out at home and to keep this a 5-0 game going to the top of the third inning. It is scored a 2-4-2, caught stealing, and we head to the third. It is 5-0. Yankton over Pierre on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Stulkin Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stulkin Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Has life left a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic. At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair, from minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre. As we welcome you back, we are into the top of the third, and it is a 5-0 lead for the Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors, as it will be 9-1-2. Bridger Babcock, Carter Shufflebine, and Hudson Stosher to lead things off. And we'll get back to that second time through the order, as Bridger Babcock will get his stats from last season as he swings to the first pitch and fouls that one away for strike one. And Boston Frick, who has thrown 2 complete innings, just allowing those 2 hits, 1 in each of those 2 innings, only threw 20 pitches to the first 2 innings. 150 batting average for Bridger Babcock last spring, as it counts now 0-2 to him. Had a double, 4 runs driven in, and 20 at-bats overall in the spring for Babcock. Here's the 0-2. That one will miss low and away. 4 runs in the first for Yankton, 1 in the second. 5 runs, 4 hits, and an error. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for the Governors. This will be a floating ball out north left field, coming in as the left fielder and Boomsman make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired. Those outfielders playing in right now, which makes a lot of sense with that wind coming in. Boomsma had a good read on it, even with the tailing away and coming back towards the infield. Boomsma made a nice play, and leadoff man is retired here in the top of the third inning. And it goes back to the top of the order for Carter Shufflebine, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat, and he'll swing and miss at strike one. Governor said the leadoff man on base to kick off the top of the second, but other than Hunsley getting to second base, that's all they could do. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside edge and probably missing the plate, and Shufflebine is now down 0-2 in the count. A little bit of a slider from Boston Frick. Shufflebine is really deep into that box, and this will be missing outside. They're trying to move that strike zone out. Shufflebine's left foot is on the batter's box in front of the plate, so he hugs the plate tight. And this will come in, and it will miss for ball 2, and the count's now 2-2. Trying to make sure that he can get that outside pitch. He's got quick enough hands to turn on something on the inside. Here's now the 2-2. He'll turn on that and then get into center field. Coming in, diving and unable to make the catches. He'll get by the center fielder in Bestie. And a long turn from Shufflebine, but nobody at first base allows him to take that wide turn. Bestie missed it. Taggart was backing it up, along with the shortstop Rankin going out. And they were able to get the ball in quickly to keep Shufflebine to just a single, which the speed of Shufflebine, so that's a really good job defensively by Yankton to make that happen. But it is a single for Schuffelbein, and it's now a runner on first, and we'll see if Schuffelbein's going to be put into motion here. Not moving on that first pitch, and that first pitch will miss low and away for ball one to Hudson Stoscher, who had a single. He chopped her off the plate, went about 10 feet in front of the plate, and that was it, and he was able to beat it down the first base line. Pickoff move and diving back in safely is Schuffelbein over at first. There are two bases over at first, with Mount Marty also playing baseball here at Riverside Field, and you're seeing more and having a double first base bag as this will be fouled out of play. And the count's now 1-1 here to Hudson Stoscher. Would not be surprised that two bags at first base will make their way all the way down to outside maybe T-ball, but pretty much all the way through the rest of baseball. This one will just miss Stoscher, who bailed away from it. I'm not sure how it didn't get him, but the count goes now 2-1 to the Governor's second baseman. Schuffelbein leads away from first. The 2-1 count. That one will come high and tight on Stoscher, and the count's now 3-1. Schuffelbein leads away from first. See if maybe he gets in motion here with a 3-1 pitch. Not running, taking it for strike two, and the count is now full at 3-2, and maybe now we'll see if Schuffelbein will be in motion. 3-2. Taken high and inside. That'll be ball four, and it's now first and second with one away here in the top of the third, and it brings up the number 3 man in Sonnenschein. See if the top of the order can do damage here for Pierre. Down 5-0, and a lot of baseball left. We're only in the top of the third. Chance to chip away at this 5-0 advantage for the Yankton Bucks, but you got to be able to chip away. Swing and a miss for strike one to Sonnenschein, who ground out to the third baseman, Sam Goki, in his first at-bat. First and second with one away. Schuffelbein leading from second. Stoscher on at first. The 0-1. That one unable to pull the trigger was Sonnenschein, and drops in for a strike on the inside edge, and the count's now 0-2. Oh-2 pitch from Frick to Sonnenschein. That one did it. Well, they're going to say it hit him, but he's going to have to stay at the plate because he did not get out of the way. And Coach Scott Rowie will come down and will argue a little bit of why Sonnenschein does not get first base. And Coach Rowie obviously not going to win the argument, but not happy the fact that Sonnenschein, again, the slightest movement most of the time will allow that guy to go to first base, but the home plate umpire in his mind thought that Sonnenschein did not move at all. Well, there was a little bit of a movement. He wasn't leaning into the pitch. But the count's now 2-2, and see if maybe Sonnenschein can do something more than just be hit by a pitch. 2-2 pitch. He'll turn on that one and line it foul down the third base line. And so it remains a 2-2 count. First and second with one away here in the top of the third. 5-0 lead for Yankton over Pierre. 2-2. That one will hit Sonnenschein, and now he will go to first base. And the bases are now loaded, so he got hit twice in that at-bat. And the bases are loaded. So first time he got hit, didn't get hit very hard, and he didn't really get hit that hard this time either, but just kind of grazed him the first time through, and now got hit in the shoulder and a little bit of an extra bat toss towards the third base dugout, and The bases are loaded here for the Govs with one away. Hudson Schaefer struck out swinging his first at-bats. Will take inside for ball one. And Coach Drew Lawrence will call time and walk his way out to the mound to settle down Boston Frick. No activity in the right field bullpen right now. Everybody will go talk with Coach Rowley as well for those guys that are on the base pass. Along with also the on-deck man and Porter Hunsley. A chance to, again, maybe just settle Frick down right now. Pretty short conversation from Coach Lawrence to his starting pitcher. Bases are loaded with one away, 1-0 counts here at the top of the third. Pierre, who's down by a handful right now, has got an opportunity. Base hit scores at one at least, if not two here from Hudson Schaefer. That pitch will catch the top of the zone for a strike, and it's now a 1-1 count. Scheffelbein is at third, Stoscher at second, Sun and Shine at first. That comes inside, and the count's now 2-1. A walk and a hit by pitch in the inning after a one-out single from Scheffelbein has got this bases loaded jam here for Yankton. 2-1 pitch from Frick to Schaefer. That one's fouled to the play, and the count's now 2-2. On deck is Porter Hunsley, who singled in his first at-bat. He's got one of those three Governor hits. The 2-2. That one will miss outside. That's a big, big block there from Gavin Johnson. Kept it in front of him. That gets the backstop. It's a 5-1 game, and second and third. And Johnson was able to slide over to his right to make that play, and it keeps the bases loaded. But it is now a full count with one out. Payoff pitch from Frick to Schaefer. Misses outside for ball four, and the Governors will get a run back. RBI for Schaefer on the bases loaded walk. And now Porter Hunsley with a chance to do some damage to get the Govs right back into this game. About limiting the walks and the errors in game one first. I mean, it's every single game, but really, really important that first couple games of the season when you're trying to get into the swing of the year. The team that walks more guys, again, that's usually the case throughout an entire game, but it just really is amplified at the beginning of the season. Beginning and the end of the season, those walks are killers, and those errors become killers. If you're unable to play good defense, your pitchers struggle to throw strikes, really, really is amplified at the beginning of the season as the 1-1 pitch misses low and away, and the count's now 2-1. Again, no activity out in the right field bullpen for Yankton. Stoscher's at third, Sun and Shine at second, Schaefer at first. That one will miss low, and the count's now 3-1. And Porter Hunsley can sit on something right in the middle of the plate and drive it somewhere in the gap. He can be pretty picky with a 3-1 pitch right now. Here is the 3-1. Ground ball on the left side. Got to hustle down the line. Flip to second for one. Back to first. Not going to be in time. It will be a fielder's choice. And it is now a 5-2 game. An RBI for Porter Hunsley. There are two away now. Parker O'Brien will come to the plate. Still looking to try and do a little bit of damage. Schaefer retired on the fielder's choice. And it's Parker O'Brien who grounded back to the pitcher in his first at-bat. See how aggressive they are for Porter Hunsley to maybe take off for second. First pitch will be upstairs for ball one. But either way, the Govs right now have gotten two of those 5 runs back. Here's the 1-0. That one's at the top of the zone. The letters for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Base hit makes this a 2-run ball game. Somewhere in the gap can help make this maybe make a 1-run ball game, although it's going to be hard to get it deep into the gap. There's a base hit for Parker O'Brien. It's a 5-3 ball game. Hunsley will stop at second. And the Governors are right back into this one. 5-3 game. Couple of walks to help out. 3 straight RBI at-bats or plate appearances for the Governors. The RBI walk for Hudson Schaefer, the RBI fielder's choice for Porter Hunsley, and now an RBI single for Parker O'Brien to bring up Jaron Deal. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Deal. So still another opportunity here. A base hit with the speed of Hunsley, and he's going to be off with the crack of the bat. He's got a chance to score on a base hit. Ground ball on the left side. Goki off of his glove, picked up by the shortstop. The throw to first is not going to be in time. And then the bases are now loaded here with the 2 away. And that will be a hit given to Jaron Deal. And the bases are loaded. 9th man to come to the plate. Aiden Johnson got a chance with a base hit. Could tie this game up in the top of the 3rd. First pitch will be taken on the inside corner, top of the zone for strike 1. Johnson ground out to the shortstop and Reichen in his first at-bat. 3 hits in the inning for the Governors. The 0-1. Johnson swings and misses, and the count's now 0-2. Bridger Babcock, who started the inning with a fly out to left, he is standing on deck. Can they bat all the way around and get that 10th man to the plate? 0-2 count, though, as Boston Frick will try and work out of this jam. Nearly comes in and hits Johnson and misses inside. The count's now 1-2. 3 runs on 3 hits here for the Governors in the top of the 3rd. The bags are loaded here for the Govs. 1-2 pitch. That one will be on the outside corner for strike 3, and that will take care of the top of the 3rd inning. But it's not before a 3-run top of the 3rd with 3 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base. New ball game right now. 5-3. Yankton leads over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union's new online and mobile banking features, you can apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Send and receive secure messages with our team and manage your debit or credit card with ease. Plus, enjoy seamless digital wallet compatibility. Tap, pay, and go with confidence. Your money, your control, your convenience. Download the app today and experience the future of banking. Safe, simple, and always with you. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA.
As we welcome you back, it is 5-3 on the American Family Insurance Preneed Shufflebine scoreboard. 3 runs in that top of the 3rd inning for the Governors have made this a much different looking game as Will Danberg will work into the bottom of the 3rd, and he will deal with Tate Bestie, Carter Boomsma, and Christian Weir. As Bestie was standing at the plate whenever it was Sam Goki who was thrown out trying to score. Gavin Johnson was stealing, or the courtesy runner for Gavin Johnson was stealing second, and Hudson Stocher is able to step in front of the bag, scoop it, and throw it back to home as there's a ground ball to the right side. Stocher will knock it down. The throw to first will be in time. 1 pitch and 1 out here to open up the bottom of the 3rd as it'll bring up Carter Boomsma. Opening day here for high school baseball, just a couple of days after opening day of the Major League Baseball season, and Dirk Campbell already sent that early text. He's happy to see that the Cardinals are ahead of the Cubs in the standings right now at 2-0, and the Cubs at 1-1. There's a swing and a miss for a strike one. Every year he becomes more and more a Cardinals fan, which is good to hear from Dirk Campbell that he's becoming a Cardinals fan. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This will bounce its way to the backstop, and the count's now 1-1. I hope if you have Dirk's number that you send him a text and say, wait a second here, when have you become a Cardinals fan? Just so he can get those text messages blowing up his phone talking about being a Cardinals fan. 1-1 pitch, line back up the middle for a base hit, and Carter Boomsma is now 2 for 2. He had a 2 RBI single back at the bottom of the first, and that is now the 5th hit for Yankton. And Boomsma's got 2 of those 5 hits. Christian Weir to the plate. He also had a 2 RBI single at the bottom of the first, which those 2 guys were the guys that got the RBIs to make it a 4-0 game. They've combined for 3 of the 5 hits in total, and that is 6 and 7 in the batting order. Here's the first pitch. Miss low for ball 1. Which also good to hear from Ryan Kruger, too. He's also a Cardinals fan, talking about how much he loves the Cardinals. Boy, all these something about hanging out with the former coaches have made them go from being Cubs fans to Cardinals fans, which is always a good sign. As the runner at first in Boomsma was trying to get a head jump on Danberg throwing to the plate, but Danberg had taking his time a little bit more, so Boomsma had to jump back towards first. Here's a ground ball off the end of the bat. Stocher will come into field, bobbles it, and can't make the play on either base. And his first and second now with 1 away. Stocher was looking to throw to second. He still had time to throw it to first, but then was looking to first before he fully gathered it, and it turns into the 3rd error of the ball game for the Governors. And it's first and second now with 1 out, and it will bring up Brennan Gilmore. Gilmore flew out of the right fielder, Aiden Johnson, to round out the bottom of the first inning. Number 8 man the batting order for the Yankton Bucks. As he waits on the first pitch, that one's right at the letters for strike 1. Of course, it's all in good fun. I do know that Ryan Kruger and Dirk Campbell are Cubs fans, and as much as they may be wrong, I'll allow them to be Cubs fans. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Will Danberg. That'll come inside, just missing hitting Brennan Gilmore, and the count's now 1-1. But Dirk Campbell, Ryan Kruger, coaches, obviously for Dirk Campbell, longtime coach for this Pierre Governor baseball team, has been a part of Pierre baseball for so many years. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-2. Same for Ryan Kruger, maybe not as long as Dirk Campbell, but still part of Governor baseball, post-state baseball for so many years. And a lot of good road trips. Got to ride with Steve Gray and Coach Kruger and Coach Campbell for many a times. Always had a blast. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner took off for third. The catch will be made by Bridger Babcock. He'll throw it back to second, and getting back to second base in time was Carter Boomsma, who slid into third and had to get back up and run back to second. Bridger Babcock over at first base in foul territory made the play, and there's now 2 down, and it remains first and second. So here's Brett Taggart, and the Govs are trying to get their first 0 of this ball game on the scoreboard. Keep this a 5-3 big shutdown inning chance here for Will Danberg. And again, he trying to settle into the game, although his pitch count's not going to allow him to go deep into this game, but he can still kind of settle in and finish out on a good note and then be ready to go probably for Thursday against Harrisburg. Maybe they'll save him for Mitchell, but he won't be able to pitch tomorrow. His next time available would be Thursday against Harrisburg. Here's the first pitch now to Brett Taggart. He'll pop this one up. Sky high on the infield. Will Danberg calling for it. Everybody's calling for it. Sun and Shine will take it. That's a dangerous play, but Sun and Shine makes the catch and it retires the side. No runs in the inning. Just 1 hit and 1 error. And 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. 5-3 lead for Yankton over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
As we welcome you back, Beck Reichen will be on the mound now for this Yankton Bucks team as we move into the top of the 4th inning. And so Reichen now will be throwing, trying to keep this a 5-3 game. And we'll tell you all the changes here in just a moment. But for Beck Reichen last spring, 44 1/3 innings, which was the highest on the team. He only didn't start in 2 of those 9 games that he pitched in, so a rarity to see him come in relief, at least from the high school season last year. He went 7-1, 29 hits allowed, 9 runs. Only 4 of those 9 runs were earned. 13 walks, 37 strikeouts, a 0.63 ERA and a 0.95 whip. And so this is, for this Governor team, going to be a lot tougher to try and not that it was easy by any means against Boston Frick, but it just went from being difficult to very difficult as the first pitch, a ground ball. Nice play by Sam Goki over at third. His throw to first, and off the bag, the throw is wide of the bag by Goki. And so Bridger Babcock hustling down the line. He is safe at first, and it is a runner on at first with nobody out. And an error will be charged to Goki on the throw. Second error for Yankton here in this first game. And that's a big first guy to be reaching bases. Back to the top of the lineup now. Carter Shufflebein waits on the first pitch and takes it for strike one. He singled at that top of the 3rd and came around to score. He really got the motion rolling in that 3rd inning after Babcock was retired on the fly out to start the top of the 3rd inning. This is fouled back to the screen. The count's now 0-2. So Beck Reichen is into the ball game and trying to he might be trying to get the final 12 outs of this game. This will be upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. Again, we'll get you where everybody's at here in just a moment. Kudera will take over at short, and then we'll also take over in the DH spot for Christian Weir, as that will be a strikeout of Shufflebein. And there's one down, and it's Hudson Stosher to the plate. So one away here in the top of the 4th inning, and it brings up Hudson Stosher. Been on base twice, singled in the first, and then walked in the 3rd. And fouls the first pitch back to the screen for strike one. So again, no more DH for Yankton in this ball game, and Kudera will take over. But we also can close the book on Boston Frick, as this one was popped up and fouled out of play behind us. And the count's now 0-2. 3 innings pitched for Boston Frick. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, as he threw 61 pitches in total. By the way, Will Danberg has thrown 62 pitches. This will be upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. So he has settled into a point where he can maybe go 5. If he goes 105 pitches, he could probably go 5, which how the first 2 innings went, you're hoping that maybe he could just go 3, but now he's got a chance to go to the 4th and 5th inning. This one is off the top of the glove of the catcher, Gavin Johnson, and he was able to find his way to keep it in front of him without it going. It didn't get far away from it at all, now allowing Bridger Babcock to take off for second. Here's the 2-2 now to Stosher. Line shot in the left center field. That is going to get down for a base hit. Cutting it off out in left center is Boomsma. And it's going to be first and second with 1 away. The second hit of the ball game for Hudson Stosher. And it brings up Sun and Shine. Good piece of hitting there for Hudson Stosher. And Boomsma's out in left. Bestie in center. Taggart still in right. Goki stays at third. Kuderup moves into short. Gilmore at second. Fieser stays at first. And now Johnson still behind the plate for Beck Reichen that is on the mound. First pitch to Sun and Shine. That one's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Sun and Shine is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman. And Goki in the first was hit by a pitch in the third. Technically hit by a pitch twice in the same at-bat in the third inning. Didn't come around to score. Those top 3 guys in the batting order all reached base and all scored in that top of the third. This was off the hands, and it's going to be a tough play. It will land foul. And there is now 2 strikes on Sun and Shine. Count goes to 0-2. And that wind continues. You can hear it on KCCR. That is pretty much blowing straight. I mean, I got the mic barely outside the window, just enough to kind of hear everything, and it is blowing straight in. The window's not open that much either, but that wind is just blowing straight in from center field, maybe a little bit more towards the third base side, and this will be fouled back, but it is still tough to deal with for the hitters to try and really drive a ball into the gap, deep into a gap. Most of the outfielders playing much, I wouldn't say much farther in, but playing in compared to maybe where they would if the wind was still, as this will be outside for a ball that counts 1-2 here to Sun and Shine. Trying to climb back into this game, down 5-0 after 2 innings. It's now 5-3. Runner in scoring position here with less than 2 outs for the Govs. This is fouled back, and Sun and Shine in a good battle right now with Beck Reichen. Second man to be used on the mound for the Yankton Bucks. First doubleheader of the season for both these teams. Again, Yankton was scheduled to play Beersford to open up the year at the beginning of the week. Did not play that doubleheader. And again, another foul there by Sun and Shine. And so what wouldn't have counted anyway for the Class A standings for Yankton, but would have been just 2 good games to get in, now turns into these being the first 2 games, and very important games, because you think if you're Pierre, Yankton's going to win quite a bit of games this year, so seed points are going to be high for these 2 games, especially if you're Pierre. And I think Yankton's thinking the same way. The Governors were a team that played at home last year, and while they graduated a couple of key guys, that they are still a team that's going to win a lot of games this season and compete. This one is fouled away by Sun and Shine again, and we'll keep going here at 2-2. I mean, you would think at the very least a win will be a 47-point seed point win at the end of the year. It could be a 50-point win depending on how things line out for both these teams. Ground ball to the right side. Sliding is the second baseman. Throw to second for 1. Back to first. It's going to get away from the first baseman, Fieser. Run's going to come in to score. Sun and Shine will make his way to second. And it is a 5-4 ball game. On an error once again that will allow another run to come in. And so 2 away. And it's a 5-4. And Sun and Shine, who they'll have a courtesy runner for him, but Hudson Schaefer now with a chance to tie the game up. Bridger Babcock scores. Stosher retired on the 4-6 fielder's choice, but the throwing error allows Sunshine to get to second as the first pitch is over for strike one. And the courtesy runner now over at second base as Eli Anderson running for Sunshine. He's got the task of a ball that's hit into the outfield or just through the infield to be on his horse and making sure that if Coach Rowley is, I wouldn't say late, but waiting to see how the ball is going to get through, not slowing up at all and maybe trying to score on a base hit through the infield. That one's fouled back, and Schaefer now down the count 1-2. Schaefer had an RBI, bases loaded walk in the top of the third. Got that first run of the ball game in. 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth, and the Governors are trying to tie this ball game up. The pitch will miss low for ball 2. 2-2 counts. Eli Anderson out at second base. Ball gets away. He's on his horse to third. Ball gets through the infield and a base hit. And try and score. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Goki will wait. His throw to first is low, but picked out by Fieser at first, and that retires the side here in the top of the fourth inning. But another run does come in to score, as there was 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors in the inning, and 1 man left on base. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. It is a 5-4 lead for the Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. Well, the Governors have made their way back in this game, now down by just 1, as we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. And it's the top of the order now for Yankton to try and extend that lead back out. They scored 4 in the first, and then got 1 in the second, before Pierre got 3 in the third, and 1 here in the top of the fourth. And now as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, is a 5-4 Yankton lead. And what was teetering on, I wouldn't say quite to that point of feeling like it was going to be a blowout, but you started thinking a 5-0 game after 2 innings or 4-run first, thinking, boy, you got to make sure that you at least get something here to not get 10-run ruled. But now it's turned into a point. It's a 5-4 game, as the first pitch to Beck Reichen will miss for ball 1. He's 0 for 2, did have an RBI ground out in the bottom of the second inning, as he leads off here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball on the left side. Parker O'Brien, the third baseman, fields at the bag. Low throw and unable to be picked out, as Reichen will round first, but it went off in front of the bench area, the dugout area, so it stayed close for Sunshine, but it is another error that will be charged to the Governors. And the leadoff man is on base here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that'll be a throwing error on O'Brien. 4 errors now for the Governors, 3 for Yankton, so it's an error-filled first game. 11 hits combined, 7 errors combined in this first game. This will be a wild pitch that will get to the backstop, and to second easily will go Reichen. And the count's 1-0. Now the runner already back in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Sam Goki hit by a pitch in the first, single in the second. He was thrown out trying to score on that double steal in the bottom of the second inning. And then started the momentum for the Governors maybe in that top of the third to get back within now 1. This will miss low. The count's now 2-0, but Goki's got a chance to put the lead back up to 2 with a base hit. Five to 4 here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one will catch the inside edge for a strike. I think both coaches right now looking at the scoreboard kind of are mixed feelings on all the numbers that are up there. 4-6-4 for Pierre. You like the first two numbers, but that third number is not great. And the 5-5-3 for Yankton. Again, the first two numbers for Coach Lawrence is great. The last number doesn't make you too happy. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Danberg. There's a ground ball. O'Brien will field. He's got a man caught over there in Riken, and then he's able to, nope, he is going to be tagged out. Thought maybe he got around the tag of O'Brien, but the first out committed between second and third, and Riken was too quick heading to third base. And that's a big break for the Governors. So it goes 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice. And 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. That's, and while he was going back to second, it's still, you can say that first out being made at third. And then the cardinal sin of the first and third out being made at third base, again, this doesn't make coaches very happy. And if you're on the Governor's side right now, you're also, that's a big gift to get. And all of a sudden the double plays back in order, and a ground ball can get you out of the inning after you had a leadoff error and a wild pitch to put a guy at second, basically 2 pitches into the inning, and you can still get a double play to get out of it unscathed. 1-0 pitch to Fieser will miss inside. Not a bad spot to miss there for Danberg, but the count's now 2-0. And again, the first game, you don't want to make those mental mistakes, but those are going to happen early on in the season. As a 2-0 will miss, and it's going to get away from Sunshine. It was low, and it got to the backstop, and to second will go Goki. And the count's now 3-0. And another guy in scoring position here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. And you've had activity in the Governor bullpen for most of this game now. The second inning, even in the first inning, had a little bit of activity, and it really hasn't stopped throughout this entire ball game, whether it would be slow-moving activity or a little bit more fast-moving activity. And this will be a 4-pitch walk to Easton Fieser. Second time that he's been on base, and there's now first and second, and Coach Rowie will make his way out. And we'll see if we are going to have our first pitching change, or he's just going to talk to the entire infield right now. As we look out, I believe it's still Riker. Yeah, it is Riker Edson that's still warming up out in the left field bullpen. And it will be Riker Edson that will come into the ball game. So Danberg, his first outing will end with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth and a 5-4 lead for Yankton. We'll step aside for a minute. We'll come back and tell you the pitching change after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your morning shouldn't start in chaos. At Pure Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pure Closets at 605-223-5855 for free in-home design consultation. Pure Closets, organized for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is a 5-4 game, and Riker Edson now on the mound for the Governors with runners at first and second and one away. And Edson will make his varsity debut. No stats for him last spring. Nothing in the post-8 side of things as well, and on the Senior Legion side. So his varsity debut will be in a jam right now with first and second and one out. And again, where the first inning kind of was, and credit to Will Danberg and this Governor team to really settle things down a little bit. The fact that you're able to work your way back into this game to make it 5-4, again, teetering on it being a really difficult challenge, but Danberg kind of settled in, didn't have his best outing, and hopefully going forward, and you would think and expect that it will be very good for Danberg as the rest of the season goes along. But he did battle his way back into giving his team a chance to still win this baseball game. And Gavin Johnson will be the first man to meet Riker Edson on the mound. Runners at first and second with one out. Varsity debut for Edson. First pitch, line shot, shuffle by going back. He'll make the catch, and there's now two down, and a good first out there for Riker Edson. One pitch, and you get your first varsity out. That's not a bad way to start things. And it's now Tate Bestie to the plate. So two away, runners at first and second. Tate Bestie, who drew a walk and also ground out to the second baseman, Stosher. No changes in the lineup or defensively for the Governors, with Edson coming to the mound. That first pitch will just miss outside for ball one. Danberg throws it 3 1/3 inning. Can't close the book on him yet. Gave up 5 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Did hit 2 guys as well. But he is in charge for all 5 of those runs right now. And there's still another guy out, or 2 guys right now. That one's a strike, and it counts 1-1. He's on the hook for both of those here in this bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 pitch here from Edson to Tate Bestie upstairs for a ball that counts 2-1. The Governors will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the top of the 5th inning. And this is game 1 of our doubleheader. Another game coming up after this one. We'll have it for you here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. 2-1 pitch. That one's at the knees for a strike, and it's now a 2-2 count. And we hope by the end of our doubleheader that we'll still have some college basketball to get you on the air on KCCR. If we had not had the delay or the pushback at the start, we would have been able to get you Iowa and Illinois, but we won't have any of that game for you. 2-2 pitch. That will get to the backstop, and we'll move up both runners to make it second and third. Here now with 2 away. And it's now a full count, 3-2 here to Tate Bestie. Which, by the way, it is halftime between Iowa and Illinois, and the Hawkeyes have a 4-point lead over the Illini. Purdue and Arizona, if time permits, will get you to the finale of that game. 3-2 pitch to Tate Bestie from Riker Edson. That one is taken for a strike 3, and that will retire the side on the outside corner. And it is remaining a 5-4 lead for Yankton at the end of 4 completes. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 men left on. We head to the top of the 5th. It is 5-4 Yankton over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota sun is beating down, your home should be your sanctuary. But a broken air conditioner can turn your living room into a hot oven fast. Whether you need a quick repair or a full system replacement, AirTech Heating and Cooling is on the job. Our licensed technicians are available 24/7 for those unexpected emergencies. We pride ourselves on 100% customer satisfaction and quality service you can trust. Call 605-945-0160. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned and keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is a 6 and 7. Porter Hunsley will take ball one here to open up. More able to Brennan Gilmore to have a little bit more velocity behind the ball. There's nothing more for a strike. A lot of games have been played yet. Top of the fifth. 2-2 count with one out here in the top of the fifth. 2-2 count with one out here in the top of the fifth. For on the top of the outside corner for a strike. 8 of the 9 the outside corner for a strike. 8 of the 9 guys on the field.
Acting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality 523.
Game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Toyota or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Toyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Where community drives us forward. As we welcome you back, it is a Jackson Cooter up is fouled back as that'll be fielded by Bridger Babcock. Easy two. Flew out of the right fielder in his first at bat. Popped out in foul territory to Bridger. You're listening to Pierre Governor. Popped out in foul territory to Bridger. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics. For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones. As we head to the top of the sixth, it is for the Governors. That'll miss outside. The count's now 1-1. 2 strikeouts so far. Here 2 shuffle by. Backing up is the right fielder, now moving in and moving to his left, and Governors have got an infield single on 0-1 here to Sun and Shine. For Yankton over Pierre.
Understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 22-518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has for your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used. You are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online. Lamb Motor.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 6th inning, and it is a 5-4 off as well to maybe hope that can help get things going. But Scene is not allowed a base runner in the first 5 and make that now the first 6. And there's his runner in the first 5 and make that now the first 6. And there's this game started. Yankton scored 4 runs in the first and had a 5-0 lead after pitch walk.
Batting number 11, third baseman Samuel Goki.
But not sure what that conversation would have been. High pitch in the first. Base hit in the second, reach on fielder's choice, and the low pitch in the first. Base hit in the second, reach on fielder's choice, and the low and away, and the count's now 2-1. Here for Easton Fieser with runners at first and second. Riker Edson's first pitch.
Handle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family.
627.
Peace of mind is the ultimate spring essential. At Comtech, we specialize in tailored for the unique needs of Central South Dakota. From monitoring your calving barn and equipment on the farm to securing your downtown business of family home, our expert team provides local solutions you can trust. High-definition security is just the beginning. Visit us on the truck bypass and see how we protect what matters most. Comtech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 7th, and it is a 5-4 lead. The Pierre Governors. John Wickler with you on this Saturday on the Fielder's Choice by Easton Fieser. Left side, tough play. The shortstop will make it. He has reached base all 3 times. Left side, tough play. The shortstop will make it. He has reached base all 3 times to end our live broadcast and then come back for the Governors in this first blow. The count's 2-0. And then the Governors got 3. They've been scoreless in the last 2 for the Governors. Base. The first pitch will be over for strike 1. Parker O'Brien to wrap up our first game. And we'll have stats
of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil, offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Is it the competition, the long-standing rivalries, or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for fans, the players, the coaches, and the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across Central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. They're friendly, professional, to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-48 Waste Services in Pierre. Proud to support high school athletics.
The Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors. Frick will pick up the win on the mound as he went 3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. Will Danberg will pick up the loss to 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Riker Edson was very good in innings, 1 hit, no runs allowed, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Beck Reichen picks up the innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 unearned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Outs in the ball game. But Yankton opened the first inning with back-to-back 2 RBI hits from Carter Boomsma and Christian in the bottom of the second with the RBI out by Beck Reichen. They made it 5-0 in that second. Governors came back with an RBI walk from Hudson Schaefer. RBI fielders O'Brien made it a 5-3. And it was a error that forced another run. 5-4 game in the fourth, but then zeros across the board in that a man on base in every one of the 7 innings, including the bases loaded as well. So box score 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors, and 9 men left on base. Yankton had game was 1 hour and 59 minutes as you're listening to KCCR Pierre River. Watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Second game in the back half of our second game was perfect the first part of the game, but hopefully the back half of the second game